Hello and welcome to this video on the gender pay gap in women's cricket, specifically in India. Despite the significant progress made by women's cricket, there still remains a significant disparity in pay between male and female cricketers. In this video, we will explore the reasons behind this gender gap and discuss potential solutions. Recent reports indicate that the average salary for a female cricketer in India is around 1.2 million rupees, which is significantly lower than what male cricketers earn. For example, Virat Kohli, the highest paid Indian male cricketer in 2021, earned a staggering 228 million rupees. This vast difference in pay highlights the disparity between male and female cricketers. One significant reason for this gender pay gap is the lack of investment in women's cricket as compared to men's cricket. This is done by Board of Control for Cricket in India (BCCI). The BCCI has been criticized for not investing enough in women's cricket, which can impede the growth and development of the sport. This lack of investment directly affects the salaries earned by female cricketers. Another factor is the lower public interest in women's cricket as compared to men's cricket. This gender bias is reflected in the lower media coverage and sponsorship opportunities available to women's cricket, which can limit the revenue generated by the sport. Consequently, lower revenue leads to lower salaries for female cricketers. This is because of the historical disadvantage of the women's cricket team. Until the early 2000s, the team had limited opportunities to play at an international level, and the sport was not given the same priority as men's cricket. This lack of exposure and investment has made it difficult for the women cricketers to build a strong fan base. This thus didn't make a connection with the audience in particular. On the other hand, the men's team has had some historical matches that the fans have absolutely loved. This includes the 1983 World Cup Final, 2003 India vs Australia Test, 2011 World Cup Final, and 2021 Gaba Test match. Furthermore, there's a significant disparity in viewership between IPL matches and Women's World Cup matches. The higher viewership for IPL matches directly impacts the revenue generated by the sport, which in turn affects the salaries earned by male and female cricketers. It is absolutely crucial for us to understand that the salaries of cricketers, regardless of gender, depends on the revenue generated by the sport. Thus, the higher the revenue, the higher the salaries. Hence, investing in women's cricket, promoting the sport, and increasing the revenue generated by the sport is vital to bridge the gender pay gap. Some people may argue that the women's cricket is less physically demanding than men's cricket, and that is why female cricketers earn less. However, it is a baseless argument. Women's cricket requires the same level of skill, fitness, and athleticism as men's cricket, and they play the same format of the game. Hence, it is unfair to suggest that women's cricket is less demanding. In order to address the gender pay gap, we must increase the exposure and media coverage of the women's cricket. This can be achieved by providing better resources, opportunities, and facilities to female cricketers, collaborating with sponsors and broadcasters to increase the visibility of women's cricket can also generate more revenue. Additionally, increasing the number of matches played by the women's cricket team can provide more opportunities for female cricketers to showcase their talent. In conclusion, the gender pay gap in women's cricket in India is a complex issue that requires multifaceted solutions. We need to address the cultural bias, historical disadvantages, lack of investment by BCCI, and lower public interest in women's cricket. By investing in women's cricket, promoting the sport, increasing the revenue generated, we can bridge the gender pay gap and provide female cricketers with the recognition and compensation they rightfully deserve.